Hello all, I am Rutuja and here I am with the second tutorial of AEM setup and startup. So in the last video, we saw that AEM is a WCM tool which has many capabilities like content authoring, digital asset management and integration. Also, we looked at the AEM architecture. Let's start with the AEM setup in this video. So in this slide, what we are going to see is the prerequisite and system requirements for AEM to work. So first of all, we need a supported OS. So verify that the OS is compatible with AEM to ensure smooth installation and operation. So we have Windows, Linux, Mac OS compatible. Second is the Java version compatibility. So ensure that the correct Java version is installed as AEM requires specific Java environments to function properly. Like here we will see AEM 6.5 which requires Java 11. So the third is the disk space. So ROM is required as we have quick start, that is the installation directory which requires 5 GB of space. Fourth is the hardware specification. So confirm that the sufficient RAM is available to support AM's performance requirements effectively. So the fifth one is the network configuration. So check if the network settings and configuration to enable proper connectivity for AM installation and use. Then we have a Docker also, which we can use as a container platform. So that we will see later on. Right now we are working on our local instance only. So I'll demo the system settings that are required for Java and Maven. So we'll go to the environment variables. So system environment variables, here you will go. Then here in the system properties, you'll go to the environment variables. Here, as you can see, here I've added the Java home as the variable name. As we have JDK 11 installed, as I already mentioned, we are working on 6.5 AM. So we will add the variable name as Java home and the variable value as the JDK path. So JDK 11 we have, and here we have installed the JDK 11 and we have provided the path here. Then we also require the Maven. So we have to first install Maven for AM startup, and here we will also provide the Maven path. So variable name as N2 home and the variable value as the Maven Apache Maven path. Then we will add that paths in the path, that is the Java home bin path. Here you can see, and here we have the M2 home bin path. Okay, these things we will add here and we will save those properties and settings. So these are the system requirements, prerequisites. So you can see here, next slide is for required files. So download official AM Quick Start jar from the Adobe license portal and selecting the exact version for your development. Okay. For enterprise environment, Artifactory servers access may be required if you are using Docker images or packages. Okay. So jar combines quick start application with embedded Oak repository, simplifying the installation while maintaining customization flexibility. Place your jar in a dedicated directory with proper file permissions for AEM service account. And another thing is the license properties file will require. So I'll go to this particular path. I'll show you how we have downloaded the AEM. So if you go here, I have already visited this experience.adobe.com and logged in here. You'll need an account here. You have to set up the account and then log in here in the software system distribution. So here if you see right, AEM, uh, you will search for filter for jars, and here the version is 6.5. Then you can see you have provided the filters and you have got the results. So you can see that the quick start AM is here. If you open that, Just a minute, we'll refresh this once. So if you go to the quick start AEM 6.5, you will get this. You have to accept the conditions and you have to download the jar file. So these are the files that are required. Then we can see the instances that are required. So AEM distribution architecture enables teams to create, approve and publish content through separate environments that serve distinct purposes. So you can see that author instance runs with enhanced editing capabilities and collaboration features, while publish instances are optimized for high traffic content delivery. So also we have another instance that is the dispatcher. So dispatcher acts as both web server and caching layer, significantly improving response time and reducing the load on published instances. So understanding this separation is critical for proper configuration. So run modes and network topology during installation. So dispatcher we can later on see, but then author and publish are majorly used in AM. So these are the ways we can start up the AEM. So once we have the jar file, right, we can start the jar file using this java jar command. We have this run mode as author, and this is the port number. So this is the command we can use for starting up AEM using command prompt. This is the quick start startup. Like we can double click on the jar file and start up AEM. And then the third way is the start.bat file. So to name the jar file, this is the jar file we are downloading. So naming the jar file is like, this is the name of AEM. Like here we can write CQ or AEM. This is the instance name, that is author or publish. And this is the port number. P stands for port, and that is 4502 for author. So P is for port and 4502. So there are three ways to start the AM instance. So for example, first one was to double click the jar file like I showed you right now. So that was the AM instance that started. So that takes some time to start, as we don't have first of all the CRX quick start generated. So this generates the quick start folder, and that is the repository for AM. So the another way to start AEM is by command prompt. So that I showed you into the slide. So that is the command to start the AEM from command prompt. And next is to start it from the bat file. So go to the bin. I'll show you this way. So double click on the start.bat, and this starts the AEM instance. This is, we are starting it from 4502 port, which is the author instance, but we can also start it using the publish instance with the port number as 4503. For localhost 4502 is the address for starting up the localhost in AEM. So we'll wait for some time. This takes a little bit of time to start, and once the instance started, we can see the localhost starting. You can see that the startup is in progress. Startup is completed. Like right now, it's getting completed. So you can see that the startup is completed, and we can see that the local is starting. This is the login screen. Admin is the login credentials for AEM localhost, and you can see this is the login screen. So that's it for the setup and startup installation video. Thanks for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Happy learning.